Terence Fahy, I suppose, not always will be satisfied after a draw, but what do you take from that?
Oh, well, the team played with tremendous spirit, and we'd be very proud of the way that they represented us there today, and represented the group, and they played phases of very good hurling, and of course we were very lucky to get a result at the end.
Was it a kind of a day where it was about finding out where you were at as much as anything?
Well, the first day out, is a voyage of discovery in any competition. New team, new competition, and challenge matches in reality are Mickey Mouse exercises in many ways. You don't discover what's under the bonnet until it's fully tested in a Munster Championship match. So we'd be delighted with the showings from our players there today.
Would you be slightly disappointed that an 8-2 lead was ultimately swallowed up?
Absolutely, yeah, you would. But look at phases of play in matches. A good team will always, they'll always have their patch when they will come back. And I think our discipline was under the radar there in a lot of they got a lot of frees to pull them back into the game and central enough areas of the field. And we'd be disappointed with that.
And a great battle though in spirit to get that levelling score when it looked as if the whistle was between his lips.
Yeah, it was very much like deja vu last year. We went behind in injury time in last year in both rounds of the championship, and we were very determined. But you can only be determined about it that we'd see out the games this year. So we asked the lads, would they see out the game and see it out in its entirety? And in fairness to them, they did that. 34 and a half minutes they went behind, 4 minutes of injury time, and Tipperary were jumped up and they thought they had the victory, but we got a great response down the field.
And that's good positivity to turn around now just a couple of days before heading to Limerick.
It's a result, and we didn't get a result. We got performances last year, but we got no result. So we got a performance this year and we got a result with it. So look, it's a starting point. I think Limerick were victorious today by 4 points, the lads were saying afterwards. So we're going into the Gaelic grounds, and it's a great challenge to be facing for our group. They're the Munster champions, and sure, they're at the top of the tree as regards hurling. So our lads will be looking forward to getting in there Wednesday night, please God now.
9 points from your half-forward line. You must be delighted with that. Niall O'Farrell 4 and Patrick Crotty, and that's especially that last point that Patrick got under pressure. Fantastic return from the half-forward line alone.
Yeah, I suppose in the second half when I think we were 16-13 behind and we were grappling for air really at that stage, and there was a slight breeze in it, and I think Patrick came through with a few massive scores for us to keep us alive in the game going down the stretch, and finally then at the end he got a great point to draw the match. So and the other lads got some. Oisin O'Donnell got a great score before. That was a kind of a pure tonic as well at the time before he was replaced. And Niall was on it all day. He was on ball from the first minute.
The referee seemed to be very picky there, and there was especially there the last play there to Clare had a chance to win the game, and ball in hand, and he gives a free out inexplicably for a flick or something. I don't know. He was very picky, like in a lot of incidents, and the free count was desperately one-sided.
What was the final? What was the final tally on that? Yeah, the last play, I suppose that's irrelevant now. The last play, it looked like it fell into Colin Cleary's hand, and he had a good chance. But look at. They got the score, they went ahead, and we got a response out of it. So that's over and done with now. So we'll just turn our focus to next Wednesday night.
Just in terms of saying you were looking at what's under the bonnet, what did you find? What were you happy with and what you want to work on?
I found character anyway. I found lads who were refusing to give in when it was going against them in the second half, and refusing to give in when they went behind in injury time. And we found loads of character, and if you've character, that's a fundamental starting point. So lads have the work done and they saw it out to the death, so we'd be very proud of them.
And maybe with the nerves and stuff out of the way of that first game, let's say, you'd be hoping to really hit the ground running, I suppose, on Wednesday night.
Actually, look, you're always hoping for progressions and you're always hoping for advancement in, that way. And sure, lads, it won't go in a straight line for players. And there was huge learnings there about the standard for all of our players. Even the lads, our top players there, were struggling in stages of that match. There's a huge progression there for everybody in our unit coming out of that match today, we would like to think, so we just reboot and we'll be, we'd be very happy with them, and we'd reboot and we go again.
Your bench but guys to come on were very important as well.
Yeah, but sure, we have a bench.
Yeah.
We have a lot of lads who didn't even make the 24 today, who are real quality hurlers, and you don't be surprised if you see some of those having a big impact in this competition when it goes 5 weeks' time.
Yes.
That's the reality, and we have depth, and we have a lot of players of a very even standard, and that's why it's fairly cutthroat to make 24 is a tight panel, and it's very hard to make the 24, and you can throw a blanket over a lot of lads from there up as far as the end of our extended panel. So look, that's important when people do come on, that they do make an impact, and we expect them to make an impact.
And you mentioned the German Mullins impact on Scariff Bay, like that he came from outside the 24 to make the team in the second round. Is there such a window for lads, do you think, because you've such a tight turnaround till Wednesday, or is it maybe the subsequent rounds?
You don't know what tomorrow will bring. Ian Mack was quite sick the last few days, and we were lucky that he was flying on one wing there, and but you don't know what tomorrow will bring. The window is tight, and it was tighter than the window that was there for Diarmid last year, but that is the great example that you would cast in front of the players, that this isn't cut and dried, and it can't be. To have competitiveness in a panel, everybody who's contributing has to believe that they have a chance to get the jersey on the big days, because everybody wants to come and be involved in it, so yeah.
Thanks, Thomas. Well done. Thanks.